Hello friends. Raymond and I made a big decision this month, and we sold an entire camera system. If you're a photographer out there, no one cares if you sell some gear, you just do it. But as a YouTube person, there's an important ritual and show to put on. In fact, I'll share a secret with you, straight from the official YouTube photographer handbook. You need to tease the brand change in the video's title, but always put no less than 3 question marks at the end, like, switching from Sony? Bonus points if the thumbnail for the video shows a combination of despair, confusion, and optimism. Too far in any one of those 3 directions, though, and everyone will incorrectly think that you are actually changing systems or leaving a system entirely. The key overall is to drum up video views without actually changing anything. Hey, if I can't satirize my peers, who can I pick on? If you know me, and many of you do, you know that's the last thing that I would do. It's deceptive, and it always leaves me shaking my head. Now let's make a sharp left turn from the YouTuber handbook and tell you, I actually have removed most Sony gear from my shelves. It was all useful and enjoyable gear, and just a few items have been left intentionally. I loved my Sony Alpha 7 R4 and my Sony 200-600 super duper telephoto. I'm absolutely not suggesting that you should get rid of your Sony gear or that Sony is bad. I'll explain why I made the choice. Plus, a portion of today's video is sponsored by KEH, which is the company that I use to sell gear. And KEH is offering you all a $250 giveaway today. I'll talk more about that later in this video. If you're new here and browsed to this video because of the topic, hi, my name is Leigh. I have been sharing videos on this channel for over 12 years. You'll even see my partner Raymond from time to time. I talk about anything where you might have a camera in your hand. I do different types of photography. I use a lot of different types of cameras and lenses, both things that I own and things that I borrow, partly because I just like technology and partly because I make videos on YouTube, but also because using different types of gear helps me to mix things up, which stokes the fires of my creativity. And that is a good transition to what's going on today. I have sold my Sony kit, with the exception of just a few pieces. It breaks my heart to do it because it is a great system, but considering where I want to take my channel, which you will learn more about early next year, it just doesn't make sense for me to maintain so many different systems with different lens mounts. And our Sony system saw the least use, partly because of some of the releases that happened this year, like the Sigma 150-600mm sports lens that I reviewed and then purchased for L mount. Plus, I have the Nikon Z9 on pre-order. I did. I ordered the Z9. It's not like I'm never going to use Sony gear again. I did hold on to a few items, which I'll talk about in a moment, but as I was struggling about whether or not to sell my Sony collection, I knew that I could simply rent what I want when and if the occasion calls for it. I do want to pause here and talk about KEH. KEH is sponsoring this portion of the video and providing a gift card giveaway to one lucky viewer. And I'll also share the process I went through to sell my gear to them. If you don't know who KEH is, they buy and sell photography gear. They have supported this channel for over a year now, but I used them prior to working with them. I've sold all sorts of stuff to them, and I've also purchased gear from them. In fact, I caught Raymond on their website this morning. Anyway, this video seemed like a natural fit for a sponsored spot because I sold my Sony kit directly to KEH and I didn't consider selling it any other way. I've used auction sites and community listing sites in the past, and it takes a lot of time and effort to sell individual items. Plus, those sites are becoming more and more sketchy. I dealt with people trying to scam me as a seller by saying that the gear was broken when it arrived or some other nonsense. I don't have time for that. So when I tried KEH for the first time, a long time ago, it seemed like a breath of fresh air. It was just so easy. The process was cut and dry. So you can get your initial estimate a number of ways. Online, where you don't have to talk to anyone, through a virtual appointment where you work with an expert buyer. And they even have events that you can go to and get the entire transaction done right there. Now for this sale, I did a virtual appointment. The expert buyer, Brent, took a look at my gear to see the condition that it's in, and he asked questions. I was able to ask questions, and I got the initial estimates for everything. And then Brent sent me some shipping labels, and I boxed it up and I sent it in. It took less than a week for the entire process. The appointment, for my shipment to arrive to Brent, for him to do the final assessment and give me a final quote, for me to accept that, and for him to get the funds to me. Selling gear for me can be a little bit emotional and kind of scary, and I suspect I'm not the only one out there that feels that way. So I hope this demystifies the process for you a bit. For whatever it's worth, I only work with companies that I like and I trust, and because I do trust KEH, I am also an affiliate with them. So if you want to sell some of your gear that is sitting on a shelf like mine was, you can use my link and code, which are in the description of this video, to get a bonus. A little extra money during the holiday season never hurt anybody. And you know what else? I didn't even talk about how KEH sells used gear and how much gear they have. Raymond and I have purchased several items from them, and I do have an affiliate link and code for you to get a discount on your purchase. Those are in the description of this video as well. Thank you to those of you that use those links, because I do receive a small commission when you do use those, which helps me to continue making videos on this channel. Plus, KEH has kindly agreed to give away a $250 gift card to one of you lucky viewers. KEH has such a deep catalog of gear. New, old, accessories, lighting, bags, tripods, a bunch of my Sony gear. I'll tell you how to enter to win the gift card at the end of this video. I mentioned that I held on to a few Sony items. 1. I kept my ZV-1. This is a fantastic 1-inch sensor point and shoot. It's designed around video and vlogging, but its photos and its overall DNA are the same caliber as the legendary Sony RX100. It's a camera that I use often for in-the-field video, especially if I'm talking to the camera, because it has a very nice onboard microphone. And I also kept my Sony 24mm f1.4 G Master lens. It's a favorite lens for astrophotography, and I can adapt it for use on my Nikon Z bodies. Even though we're headed into winter, which is not so great for astrophotography where I am, I'm sure I'll find an excuse or two to take it off my shelf this winter. I did also keep these E-mount Lens Baby lenses. One is a part of their optic swap system, which means that the optic portion of it can be used in the Lens Baby lens bodies that I have for other camera mounts like Nikon F and Z. For this Lens Baby Velvet 28, we purchased a simple E to Z mount adapter with no electronics. And as Lens Baby has no electronics anyway, the adapter simply modifies the form factor at the mount to fit our Nikon Z bodies. I obviously still have numerous cameras and lenses on the shelves back there, and that Z9 on pre-order. I did. I ordered the Z9. These guys just have a little bit more room to spread out now. And actually, I'm not stopping this clean out with just the Sony kit. Raymond and I have accumulated too much gear over the years, and not just cameras and lenses, but things like lights and accessories and bags, and I simply don't need all of it. So I'm in the process of cleaning everything out. I'll probably have another sale or two to KEH. I'll certainly give away some stuff. I will donate some entry-level items to a local school. And once the dust settles and the tough decisions are made, I will share a video where I walk through my entire pared down collection of gear. Now, before I go, about that $250 KEH gift card giveaway, to enter to win, there is a link in the description to a form for you to see the details and to enter your information. We will randomly choose a winner on December 23rd, 2021. So make sure you go over there as soon as this video is done. But before you go, leave me a comment on this video saying how you would use the gift card. Do you have something in mind? A Leica M-mount lens? I mean, even those used are pretty pricey, but the gift card would certainly help purchase it. Or have you been wanting a new tripod? Let me know. And that's it for today, friends. Remember that I do have affiliate links and codes in the description of this video for you to check out KEH. And don't forget, of course, the link to the giveaway. Thank you to KEH for continuing to support this channel, and thank you for watching.